it's Ginny and Tim at DS Tech in Escanaba, Michigan. We're going to talk about an FBI warning.
Ooh.
How scary is that, right?
Yeah.
But it's actually something that
you should be aware
of. And, well, we're going to tell you all about it to stay safe. If you need any help with any of this stuff or questions, drop them below this video. Drop help if you need help, and I'll get in touch with you. So let's talk about it. What kind of FBI warning we got today?
Right. Well, this is this came out of the FBI Denver office, and it came out in March. It says the FBI Denver warns of online file converter scams. So they're seeing an influx. These have always been in the wild, but they're seeing it really ramp up recently. And what these scams are for is wherever you've gone to a website where you say you don't have an official version of Adobe Acrobat or a PDF file, but you need it in a PDF format. So you look at the internet, you Google PDF free online converter, and you're going to get a bunch of websites saying that we'll convert your PDFs for you. Well, now, one, think about, do you want business data going to some random server to being scraped? For one, you probably don't want that. And then two, a lot of these, they may give you a PDF. The PDF could be loaded now with malware potentially that you have, or they just even going to the website itself, there could be advertisements all over the place that are running that are saying convert, and there's like 6 convert buttons, and you're like, which convert button do I press? And that's by design, because most of them won't even do it, and it's going to give you malware or keyloggers and try to steal your data, or running in the background where you may click it, nothing happens, you're like, whatever, so you move on with your day and you don't think nothing of it, but in the background now it's logging every single keystroke you have. So if you happen to log into online banking 3 hours later, or do some sort of log into your work email, it may potentially start scraping that data for them to try to log in. Now and then if you don't have MFA, and I can just go on, but the idea is they're trying to take your data from having these websites. So common ones in business are the PDF converters. So my advice is, if you're still trying to get away with free PDF converting tools and things like that, just buy a license. Even if you have a license for Foxit Reader, Adobe, there's different multiple solutions out there. I know it costs a lot of money, but that security and peace of mind of knowing you're not going to get a virus from some free tool, like it's worth it in my opinion. Why roll the dice like that in your business?
It's worth your time too.
Yeah.
Because how often have you searched for free tools and
you try like 10 of them and none of them work?
And you just wasted all that time. If you had the official
Mm-hmm.
tool, you'd be done.
Exactly. So that's the biggest one I'll talk about, is the PDF ones. Also like doc converting files, like like Word, any sort of conversion tools online. Another common one are downloading tools where they see this. So it's common where you can do like YouTube downloader, Twitter downloader, X downloader, whatever. Name your social media downloader here, and the idea is you put in the YouTube video and it will allow you to download the video to your computer. The problem with that, again, is that many of these websites, there's advertisements everywhere. Maybe there's some that are legitimate that do actually serve a function and can download properly, but a lot of the times there's tons of ads. There's to try to get cookies on you, track you, and if you happen to have no security on your device, or it's outpatched and you click some of these things, they can start running away and do bad things.
Recipes and like manuals?
Manuals is a huge one too, yeah. Say you have a car manual, your furnace breaks, and you'll need to find the furnace manual online, or you're trying to find official manual and documents. If you've ever looked up that stuff, there's so many websites that like, we have manuals for everything, and and it's just like, there's like 10 download buttons, and there's advertisements everywhere, and they may give you like the first few pages of the manual, and then you click next. They get really scammy. It's hard to find it, and so yes, it's hard. What I try to do is, like, say you need a manual for your vehicle, go to the official vehicle's website and try to find the manual through the vendor is the best course of action, because again, it's hard to find. You can't trust this stuff. Like you said, recipes. You look up a recipe online now, and a lot of these websites that say all these free recipes, there's advertisements everywhere. And it's a legit site. It shows you the website, great. But like if you click some of the extra advertisements or things, it could be malicious, and it may not even be that website doing it on purpose.
No, they don't.
The website is just a website, and they have all these third-party advertisers, and now one of them could be malicious using their website and running the fake ads. You see this on Facebook all the time. That's why we encourage you to not use any personal Facebook or social media at work, or you should have a policy in place at your job, unless your job is marketing, of course, and then use it in certain scenarios. The big problem with that is if someone's just checking their Facebook, there could be a malicious ad on Facebook. They don't even realize it. They're like, oh, I want a discount on this flannel. And they click on it, and now there's an info stealer on their work computer. And now they do work things, and they don't even think anything's happening. And now their work credentials are harvested. So you don't want to have any social media.
I've actually been telling my people not to click any ads on social media anymore because they're so bad.
Ads are not worth it. Like if you see an ad that's like, a bunch of money's off. You always use the Duluth Trading Company one because you've seen that before. Where just go to the actual website, check for deals, and a lot of times they'll have deals on their website anyway. Or you sign up for the newsletter and you get 20% off your first purchase. Like those are a lot of legitimate things you can do, but you go to the official website for it. Don't click the ad. Unless you really just trust it. Like say you have a favorite YouTuber and they have a referral to Amazon to buy swag to help them, things like that are a little bit more legitimate, but any random ad I would not do. So again, they're just talking about don't use those free file converters or downloading tools, especially from a work computer, because if you're not sure and are aware of what you're doing, it can really cause issues. Now, if you have high-end security on your computer, ideally, if you're a customer of ours, you're running some of the latest EDR software, you have lots of other layers in place, ideally it will prevent it from just taking all of that data. So if a user happens to make a mistake or a human errors out, there's ideally guardrails in place to prevent it. But the biggest thing is if you don't click it in the first place, you don't have to rely on those guardrails. So still having people just be aware of it and avoid it completely is the best way you can keep yourself safe.
If you have Microsoft Word and Windows 11, right? You could just print PDF anyway.
Microsoft has built-in now print to PDF built into it. So if you hit Control P or whatever your print shortcut is, instead of sending it to your printer, whatever you actually have built-in convert to PDF tools with that. So if you're using Microsoft Suite, I'm sure I've got to assume Gmail's probably got it too.
I think it does.
Maybe. I can't speak. I have to use G Suite in a little while, but I'm sure there's ability to save as PDF. And if not, you can correct me and it'll probably
pretty
be
sure
coming.
there is.
Yeah. So common things that these scrapers will take. So if you clicked on a malicious ad or various keywords that they're looking for, again, is personal information. So like social security numbers, date of birth, phone numbers, banking information, cryptocurrency information, email addresses, passwords, kind of the standard stuff they try to scrape. And unfortunately, many victims don't realize they've been infected until it's too late and their computer's infected with ransomware and their identity may be stolen. They do say that if you notice certain websites or know anyone that's getting attempted to be victim of some of these schemes, there is IC3.gov, which is the FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center, to actually report suspicious things, and kind of some other things you can take. So, if you did happen to be part of any of these scams, you clicked it and you're worried about yourself, some of the common actions you always do is change your passwords. Report it to your financial institution, kind of like if you think your card was stolen, to be like, hey, if you notice anything, weird payments in the next few days, kind of put an alert on it. They may be able to help you for that, make your report. And then some of the other things you can do that may help you just browsing the internet in general is you can use like an ad blocker. So like with Chrome in them, there's like that uBlock Origin. If you use a certain web browser, like there's this one called Brave browser, it has a built-in ad blocker already. A lot of those malicious ads are actually like scripts running and various advertisements. So if you use an ad blocker, it actually prevents some of those malware ads from even being able to load onto your page. So it's a minor layer of defense, but it's something that you can use even on your personal devices at home is install ad blockers, especially like if you can install an ad blocker on your grandparents' computer or things like that. It will really it'll help them and keep them secure without having to actually like pay for anything. Obviously having actual proper EDR software, advanced business software that can look for things like that will definitely help too. And other common things as we talked about, PDF converters and things like that. Another common thing you see this all the time is for piracy. So if you're trying to watch free episodes of Netflix shows online, there's websites that'll have them, but a lot of them, if you pause the video, there's advertisements everywhere. You click it, it loads. It's so laced with malware and ads and things like that. You're better off paying your Netflix subscription or HBO subscription or whatever it is, and just paying for the content than trying to get it for free, because just the amount of scams that are out there now, it's too hard to navigate that. Even myself, as someone who's done a ton of crazy stuff back when Napster existed and things like that, it's like I just know to not even touch that stuff. So ad blockers are essential. Piracy, again, risky business. And so kind of practice basic online hygiene too. So again, avoid clicking unfamiliar links. Don't click the link like you always said, and have a process where maybe once a year you rotate all your passwords just for good measure for all your personal accounts and business. Even if they don't force you to do so, it's good practice just to do it, just to be on the safe side.
Your password keeper or password manager will make you do it too.
It'll remind you too. It'll be like, this password hasn't been rotated in 9 months or whatever time threshold you have in there, and it'll remind you too. So So again, most online scams succeed due to a lack of caution. So again, the biggest thing is just awareness, being aware that all these fake websites are out there. So if you see those websites with all the advertisements everywhere, and I think a lot of that still spawns from back in the early internet days. There's a lot of freeware and that was free software that you could actually download.
Oh my gosh, remember shareware?
Yeah, that served a legitimate purpose. And a lot of those websites had tons of ads and things like that too. And it was really legitimate, but like those ads that or websites that look like that nowadays are very just be very cautious and avoid them, or at least if you're on a site like that, just realize where you click can have impact, and you might be best just hitting the back button and finding a better website. So
yeah. Or a legit source, or
or buy official software, or get the actual account. Don't do
yeah, and don't click the link.
Yep.
So there you go.
Or ads.
Or ads. Don't click the ads either.
Yep.
Oh
so, yeah.
As a marketer, I hate that because I'm like, I want you to click.
Well, yeah, exactly. You want to put ads out there and all that stuff too, but it's just
unfortunate. Those ads get through too. All of the scammers are out there. I've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as much as they have AI detection tools to try to filter out the ads, I mean, I'm sure 99% of the ads are filtered out from Google and these big players, but like it's the 1% that gets through are the ones that are gonna still.
And it only takes one click.
Yeah.
We just did another episode about that. It only takes one click to just bring everything to a halt. All right. I think we covered it.
Yep,
eh?
for sure.
Yeah. So watch out for those FBI warnings. And stay safe out there. If you have any questions or need any help, drop a comment and we'll get in touch with you. Have a great day. Stay safe.